Shocking footage, real cases, real justice. Justice now.
That in mind, I'm going to have all of you raise your right hands, please.
So Denise continued to call back.
And do each of you swear that the testimony that you give in this case will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
And
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right, Ms. Giles, you are the plaintiff, so go right ahead.
Told them that, the job was
Your Honor,
done, or I didn't call the city.
I hired,
Tyros took the information
here
over
on behalf
to
of my
the city
father,
hall and said it was complete. So Mr. Hyde came back. I went underneath the
and I was
house again, and the trailer again with him, and it was completely hung correctly, and it was all insulated, and I didn't my original the ABS pipe that was connected to the sewer, which this wasn't a sewer job, but it ended up being a sewer job
at the time
that
I needed.
and I had to pay another $4,845
trailer
where
my dad
to Kairos to take care of all of that. And
a gal by the
that
name of
is
Barbara
exhibit
Stahl,
7.
and she had hired them to do some work. And I said, well, did they do, $845.59? How was the price and
take care of that,
so on and so forth.
So
And,
on July 3rd,
she just said,
I received
well,
a taxi
Paul
exhibit
was rough,
6
and,
from Paul Wise that
and
I
he did a reasonable
interpreted
job, but his price was high.
as
So
it was an
figured,
apology.
he
You apologized.
He did a reasonable job.
That's here.
It's just a PEX
And you
repipe,
have it as well.
water in.
I interpreted
And,
that as
I
we
did,
would
I
do
did
that.
you wrong.
So
I gave
you
him a call
and
to discuss replacing
so
the plumbing in the 2
that
bathrooms.
is
and
basically
to remove the garbage
what it is.
disposal
Yeah,
in
it
the
wasn't
kitchen,
originally
reclaim washer.
it was just
and replace the hose bib outside.
inside.
The hose
he
bib
forgot to
will be
plumb
the important
plumb
part
the,
of this particular
the
case.
washer as well. We had an add-on.
So please remember that.
And he said he didn't know anything about it, but
Paul
yet when
wanted
I
to
was there the
charge
next day, that was my
$10,000 for
remember
a PEX
that
repipe
outfit that was caring
and,
for my dad quit.
I told him no.
So now I
He
was
came
down
to
there, 8 hours a day,
$6,000.
and
I
and
figured,
there
well,
were
I
red
need it
and
done.
red
So
PEX
I
pipe
had to
hanging
schedule
over
a
and then when he
line
came
in there.
so
he had been in there.
he said that's that's where the washer
why
dryer
just do
was.
these? Why not take
And
all of the old
so he
plumbing
didn't do
out
that.
and
My bad.
replace the
It
whole
was
thing?
late.
And I said,
I
for the
was
same
tired
price,
and I didn't check
So I
the work.
said, go for it.
So that's
My fault, and
that's one of the reasons why I dropped it down to $3,000.
Mr. Wise,
the
the
plumber,
mediation, they told me it's like
he told me I wasn't going to get it done. So
and
that's
he
that's
could not
all I
get under
have. If you have questions,
the
please
trailer.
ask.
So he
So I noticed
brought
that you did
in
not submit
some
a
other
contract
people,
with your exhibits.
Contract.
I think
No,
they
there
were
wasn't.
related
There
Was
wasn't
to
there a written contract?
No.
each of them.
Okay.
I didn't receive
So
one.
you,
So
It was a
when he
handshake.
came,
your, so your testimony is just your understanding
came-
of what your agreement was with the
We talked,
defendants.
and then so
he
came
yes,
back and he told me
Paul
that
and I shook
he,
hands and
said go.
he forgot.
his
I mean,
wallet, so he couldn't
it's
start.
really
For a
and,
plumber,
you know,
that could I
out,
give him any money up front?
you know,
And I
the
said,
old
no,
galvanized
I
and putting in
taught
your
you
taxes.
No.
Really
not do that, just to pay when the job was done.
So, sorry, I got now.
He was just too big.
and
He was just too big to get under there.
So he
And,
just,
the young
kept, bugging me.
kids,
Well, I don't know if they
were-
had license or
And
they
I'm just
were,
like, okay,
it's,
I
don't
don't
know.
have to find another plumber.
I don't know any of that.
And
Okay,
so he
let's
said,
hear
well,
what
maybe I have a credit
All
or
American
something
has
at
to say
this
about the situation.
plumbing store.
All right,
And,
so All American, I guess
so
you
he
two can
agreed to
decide
do it.
between yourselves who
And,
wants to go
The
first.
next day he came back.
Your Honor,
and,
thank you. I'm going to just read to keep my thoughts
told me that
organized.
He was going
And we
to
submitted this
put
as a submittal packet to you, so you have all the information.
PEX through PVC piping and put it on the outside of, excuse me, the outside of
Video.
the detent.
Okay, yeah, your video just
It-
cut out.
It swells.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start again.
Eventually gonna crack.
Okay,
and,
I'm
it
going
needs
to be
under
reading
the
off our
house
submittal
and
packet that
wrapped.
we submitted, and it should be in front of you,
Hung and wrapped.
just to keep
Yeah, you
everything.
you don't have to
And,
read
so I
what
called
you've
my
already
brother who
submitted.
also
If
does plumbing
if
in
you've submitted
Alaska.
this in writing, which I see you have,
some
it's
guys,
not
and
necessary
he
for
said
you to
that's
read it.
completely
It's already part of the
out
record.
of the question.
I guess
Oh,
then what we want to
good.
clarify is we are
PVC
fully
on the outside
licensed,
of the
bonded,
house.
insured, have always
So
been from,
that.
and we did have a contract with her.
So I went to the
So-
store and bought some groceries. And when I
In this manner, sir,
returned, Paul and
Okay.
his nephew or
So I've-
his son, I think,
That-
What is that?
was there
Yes.
working under the house.
What I need to know
Not
from you,
Paul couldn't get under the house at that time.
you heard, the testimony
I decided
regarding
to look
what the agreement was
him up
and the work that
under
was
the
performed,
BBB,
and you heard Ms.
the Better
Giles's
Business Bureau.
testimony as to why
he-
she believed
There's an
that
exhibit here.
she didn't get
that
what she
shows
contracted
that
for.
he,
So I'd
his
like to hear
company
your
was an
response to
F.
that.
with the
Your Honor,
BCC, and there
she did get
were,
everything that we
other,
had on our contract,
um,
our estimate for the job.
I
We did
read
a
some
full
reviews,
repipe
and
on the water
there was
lines.
One review that
Anytime you
was
run into
similar
galvanized,
to
it's best to just get rid of them. It's an old pipe.
almost verbatim.
We
to
did a
what
full repipe
I
on the job.
am going through
We
now.
pulled a permit. We started running into trouble with her,
So
and we finished the
he
job.
goes, oh, you've been reading,
And she was just going over everything,
reading, and
and
I said,
it was
well,
frustrating because from the beginning, all I kept hearing
no, at
is,
the time.
my plumber
I
does this,
hadn't-
my
I
plumber
just
does
looked
that.
him up and,
Well, your plumber
you know,
can't be here for a
and
while.
in
So
the
you hired
business had
me.
an
Let me
F,
do my job.
so I'm
Let me
like,
do
oh,
it and you'll get a
here
good
we go.
job.
So
We
it was,
butted heads a bit, but at the
not
end,
longer
when I finished the
after
job,
that,
we were okay.
after
And 3 days after, a
um,
week later, we get a call that the toilet is backing up.
he
So I
he
do go out
started,
there to check it out,
yelling
but
at
it's
me.
another
He
part of the
yelled at
job.
me,
It's not part of the repipe at all.
early,
This
and
is
it
a sewer
frightened
pipe.
me.
And
Outside
Denise
because he
explained that in
I'm
our
gonna go
submittal
back. He
packet.
had
We
put
have
a
the
hole
emails where we
underneath the
explained it.
sink where I had just laid
And so this is
a
another
new
part of the
bar
job, and
to
the
the sink.
invoice that she had submitted
um,
from Kairos Plumbing
and,
just solidifies that fact.
he
It
he
is
had
a
put
different part of the
hole
job.
in a
They
place
charged
that
another
didn't need
$4,000 to
be. So
fix
I
a pipe.
asked him about that wood
Now,
outside,
I
and his
didn't dig
voice
down 4
escalated.
feet at
And I
all
said,
to do
I'm
any
just,
water piping. I got the water
I said,
line
calm
and
down.
changed it over to
You
PEX.
know,
There's no sewer
just,
line that is
you know,
corrugated
I need
pipe.
to understand
I've
you,
never
you
seen
need
that
to
in my
understand
life.
me,
That's what you see in
and
her
I don't appreciate
picture.
being yelled at.
And he's got a 3/8
So,
cable running through a 4-inch pipe. It makes
so
no sense to
on-
me
let's
that
see.
that's what's
So
going on there.
I
And I
asked
don't
him
know
if
what's
he
going on
had
there because I didn't see
permit
any sewer pipes
for
underground
this job.
when I was working. I
And
was focused on the
that's-
water lines, and that's what we
just
ended up
why,
doing. And going
you know,
into this, and when we went
I'm not
into
a
our
professional
mediation,
at,
there's
hiring
zero
people, so,
proof of anything on this sewer pipe.
asked him
I never
that,
saw one.
and
I
he
never
said,
heard
"Oh, we're
anything
gonna make
about
you
it.
pull a
The
permit,
hose
huh?"
bib
So
never did
went to City
anything with
Hall,
this. So in this
and
matter, we
pulled-
held our end of the bargain. We did a
Yeah.
job. We asked
Got
to
a
come
permit.
back and finish the
and he
insulation on
also
the
had to get
pipe,
a license
which
to
wasn't in
work
our
on
original
it.
agreement,
And finish our inspection.
and
he
finish
didn't
our
have a
inspection,
license.
but she ended up canceling our
So,
permit, not allowing
we
us
got
back at
that,
the property,
and,
and not answering our calls, telling us to stop calling. And that's in our
See.
submittal packet as well.
on
So
January
we were up
22nd,
against a brick wall here. We
he
wanted to
put-
do right by
so
her.
after
And we
he-
wanted to get
he
this
did
done the right way,
plumbing
like
and
we
all
always
these,
did. We butted heads, but it was just
Previous
difference
CDs, or
of
do you need me to
personality, I
hold
must
them up?
say.
The
But
pictures.
You
we
can just
did
refer
try
to 'em by
every
exhibit
length
number.
to
You
do
should have
right
had,
by her.
Yeah,
number
We
I did.
already gave a
there.
job at 50%
Yeah,
discount.
yeah,
A 2-bathroom repipe in this
they're all
market is
listed.
$12,000. That's what it is.
So exhibit
Every company
one
across the board.
was, the
We
F
gave a discount for her.
Exhibit
She
two
said that she needed
was where I
to,
paid
father
him the
didn't have
check
much money.
on
We were
January
slow at the
26th
time, so I
to be
gave her the
done.
deal. And it was fine. We went in there and replaced everything.
Number.
But this wasn't a
So,
matter of the repipe.
Let me
This is
go
the
into
sewer.
the next one. It
And,
was not
and
long
everything
after
coming about is trying to find wrong.
that I
She
paid
was threatening
him
to sue us before
that
we
my
even
dad
started.
needed to use the restroom.
You know, and so it's just been a
So,
butting heads across the board.
It
so
immediately
I sent her a
overflowed,
text
where
after the fact.
before
And I
the
just want to
plumbing
add this.
job,
I
it-
sent that
it
text
hadn't
because as a
overflowed.
person, I don't like the
it-
energy of being angry.
and so,
and so forth.
I tried
We
to
lost
clear it
a
and clear.
$130,000 contract in that
I
subdivision
called,
because of this job.
Paul and Denise to
Because
try
of what
to-
she talked.
and-
The lady,
and
Barbara
they
Stahl,
told me how
who
stupid I
I
was for
didn't
not
do a
knowing,
job for. We didn't work for her at
what
all.
the
We
water
just gave her an
intake,
estimate. And
the
we
water
had a
out were two
contract to
different things.
replace all the
I
water
know that,
lines
of
in
course.
all the park, signed and
that's where the
delivered
By
bid
Tumwater.
by
comes in.
Tumwater Estates.
Um,
And then we're getting ready to start the
so
very
I
next day,
didn't
and
know
they
what to
said,
do.
bring the print
The
back.
next
We're not
day,
doing
I
it now.
contacted
Come to
City
find out, it's
Hall,
because
and they
of
sent me
this.
to
And
a
it
gal
hurt our
named,
business.
Kelly
We had
Off into
Yeah,
for
sorry
the
about
city.
that.
other areas here.
And asked what
I
I
want
needed to do.
to go back
She said
to
she would
this
send somebody
the
over
scope
right
of the
away.
work, because what I'm
And
looking
it had
at
to
here
be,
that you submitted, it
within
looks like
10
it's
minutes,
entitled
Mr. Eric
A1,
Hyde
and
from a building and fire safety
that
official, and
exhibit
Al Christensen, the head of the department.
says the service date was
showed
January
up.
22nd of 2025, and
Hyde
then
and
the
I went under the
services
trailer,
that are
and some of the
described
PEX
here
was
are
laying
a
mostly
water
on the
supply
ground.
repipe,
It was not hung
remove
properly.
existing
It
water
wasn't
supply system
hung
and
at
install
all.
PEX,
Some were
water
hung
supply
on
to each
beams,
fixture, hot
or
and
just,
cold.
laid on beams.
That's then that
And
includes
where
2
he
bathrooms,
turned,
1 kitchen, and
where
1
he put
hose
in
bit.
a
Is
on and
that
off,
what you're telling me is
turn off
the
and
agreed
on,
scope of the work?
Yes,
so that you could do
absolutely.
it underneath the
And
house.
and she paid for
It was
that.
just laying,
She
Yes.
laying
that
there.
was what the
And
$6,000
originally, I thought that it
showing over
would
on the
have
other column
come from
represents.
Right,
the
which
water
what we did is you said that laundry room, we didn't know
was leaking
existed
from that,
till
but
after.
it was
We did
actually
come back
leaking
and
from
pipe
the
that for free.
toilet
And that wasn't on our contract either.
And that's on the exhibit I gave
That
to the
is
washing
exhibit
machine.
With the washing machine pipe running water through it.
So
Okay, I
the
need to
inspection
look
report.
at that again. Just bear with me here a second.
It is exhibit.
Was exhibit 3. So Mr. Christensen,
Oh,
while he
he's
was
right
there,
there.
asked if I had another plumber. I said, I do, but he would have
Gotta
to,
be in there.
he, as in Mr. Christensen, would have to
Yeah,
talk.
I know
to
it's in
come
your
over
packet. I
because
saw it before,
he
and
told me that
oh,
he
here
was
we
on
go. I
another
see it
job,
now.
couldn't be there until
Yep,
the following
I've got it.
Thursday. Mr. Davidson. at
So it
Kairos
looks like it's called
and
E3,
Mr.
and it is on
Christensen,
page
took it from there.
23
He
of
just
the
said, hand me the
defendant's
phone. So I handed
packet.
him my phone.
It looks like a picture of
And, he spoke
water
with
flowing into
Mr.
the tub of a
Thomas
washing
and
machine.
told me that I needed to order a honey bucket for the trailer, get
All right,
get him a
gotcha.
portable potty for his bedroom
I actually took
buy
a video
hand
of it, but
cleaner
I
for
didn't know how to
every room
upload that.
in the trailer and
Okay.
do it
At
now.
the time,
I did.
So
They
I
did
kind of
not
stepped in
red
there with the
tag
question and interrupted your
the
flow a little
trailer.
bit. Is there anything else you want to
When
continue with there?
It's pertinent to know.
No, sorry
that,
for getting off topic a
when-
bit there at the
when
end, but
Mr.
bottom line
Wise,
is we gave a contract, we
the
upheld that
plumber,
contract, and when there was
finished, it
problems,
it
we
was
immediately
dark,
contacted her
and I wasn't
to
going to go
resolve
underneath the
all
trailer
issues and to
to
do a right
inspect
job
it
by her
myself.
father. And we were told that we cannot come
my
back
dad
to the
didn't
job.
have a
Our permit was
flashlight at
canceled
work.
and another plumber was
So,
hired. And then this came about.
and
It was,
Wait, what I do want to
you know,
say is
my-
that
my phone
her original
had been
pipes
acting
were
up
not
and-
insulated.
so my flashlight wasn't working because my
Okay,
dad doesn't have service
Video hang up
in
again
his,
here.
you know, Wi-Fi
Yes,
service in his
Bring them back to where
in his house.
Sorry,
So
I
the
cut
next
out.
day,
there we go.
the
But
outlet that was
What I
turned
heard
from my
was you
dad,
said her
5
original
hours
pipes
a
were
day,
not
7 days a week,
insulated and then nothing
turned
after
into
that.
APS.
Oh, the original pipes weren't insulated,
Because,
but when we pulled the
the
permit, and
toilet,
then if
my
you want to
dad
look
doesn't know
on
the
there,
difference. Because he's got,
the
you know,
inspector
to use
required
the-
us to
the
go back
honey
and
bucket.
insulate the pipes.
You know,
We're
he
just coming back to
it-
insulate the
it was
pipes
beyond him.
without
He didn't
charge to
know
her,
how to use it.
considering
Even
it wasn't
took
on
him
her
there
original, and we were
to-
just gonna
to,
come
you
back.
know,
She
I
wouldn't
took him
allow
there
us back on the
personally to
property.
show him how to use it.
So,
and
that's
he
exhibit,
he couldn't get the
B2 and
concept.
B3
And he also couldn't get the
Yes.
concepts. This is
from the
first time
inspection
that,
report.
I had to put, you know, a porta potty, indoor
Okay.
porta potty, you know,
B2,
a sit down
B3,
in his bedroom
fantastic.
that he wouldn't use either. So he kept using the toilet, kept flushing it, and
Yeah,
it kept,
I
the
see it.
water just kept coming down
I see it.
outside.
Yeah, that was
Um,
submitted by the plaintiff as well.
So they turned me into UPS.
Okay.
And
All right, was there anything else that you needed to tell me?
Then came to interview me.
No, Your Honor.
And,
I don't think so.
All right, thank you.
it turns out that
All right. Well, I think I told everybody in the
they
beginning
cleared
that,
me
you know,
when
if
the
you're
guy
going to
came,
claim
he
that
tried to interview
your
my dad,
uh,
and of course my dad doesn't
claim is based
know
on a
what he's
contract,
talking about
one of
or
the very
saying.
first things that
He
needs to be
doesn't know
proved
how
is
still
what are
to
the
get up
terms of the
and-
contract? What is
if he
the
went-
agreement
if
between
he
the
was to walk
parties?
up to you, he'd shake his hand.
And
he would say, hello,
differences
sir,
in
you know, and that's pretty much what
opinions,
he would
recollections,
do
and so forth. If they're not
all he
memorialized
could
in
do.
writing and
He's moved to a
in
home now,
advance,
so,
then it's
the next,
difficult to reconstruct that afterwards.
Yeah,
And
so
even the
then
terms
on
of
top
an
all
oral
this,
contract
the,
need to be specific
care
and specified. And,
place quit.
you know, you two right off the bat
So I
clearly
asked
don't agree on
when
what the
APS
contract
fellow
was
came in, I
for,
said,
what
"Do
the
you
terms of
smell
the contract
any,
were.
any
So it makes it
defecation?
tough to
Do you
know
smell any
exactly what the
urine?"
bargain
And
entailed for each
he said
party.
no.
And
So it was another,
it's
I don't know, a month
also
before I got it back,
less than clear as to what the standard
my
of
dad,
performance is. In other words,
turns
how
out
do we
that,
know if the agreement's been complied with or not complied with? There's a
wasn't
standard
a
there.
coincidence, but my
And
dad
someone
had to
has
go to
to
St. Peter's.
bring forward evidence regarding
and because
the
his
standard of work
kidneys
that
were
has to
not
be met in order for
functioning.
the
They
term
were
of the contract
wearing
to be
out.
considered fulfilled properly,
So,
or in the alternative, whether that
Kyra's
term
calling Mr.
is breached.
Davidson.
So,
Yeah, the damage
you know,
to my reputation was
it's
worth
a challenge
more
to say the least when there's no
than
written
anything.
contract between the parties.
Kyra's
So
coming, Mr. Davidson,
I have to fall back on
and
the
staff,
basic standards of the law, which is that the
came,
burden of proof is on the
with
plaintiff to
permit and
prove
license
their
in hand,
claim by
pulled the
preponderance of the
toilet,
evidence,
and
which
put a
means the
snake
greater
through.
weight of the evidence.
What I didn't
In this
write
case,
in
Ms.
here,
Giles,
because
you're
this
the
was my
plaintiff. You've
first
got the burden
rodeo,
of proving that claim by preponderance of the evidence or the greater weight of the evidence. And based on the testimony that's been provided here and the
called them
exhibits that have
several
been submitted
times. I
regarding
went and
what the
got,
agreement was, the scope of the work, any level
my
of
phone records
performance or standard of
from
performance that
January
needed to
8th.
be
I
met,
just
and
went
whether
forward
it was or whether it
to
was not. I
February
cannot find by preponderance
like
of the evidence that that burden has
10th
been
or
met.
something, so that I could,
Therefore, I'm entering
show
judgment.
myself that I
It's
did
going to be
call
in favor
them
of defense,
several
All American
times. I think it
Services.
was like 6 or 7 times
All right,
going
and I'm
out.
writing
calling
out a
them.
judgment to that effect,
So to come back, and I said, maybe
filing
go
it
up
with
on
the
the
clerk.
roof and go through the vent and put the snake through the vent. And I didn't get a phone call. And I
I'm
didn't get a
entering
phone call.
judgment
Then
in
they
favor
called
of
back
defense.
and
In
said,
other words,
this is
claim's
not
not
a
proved.
an
So,
issue of
The clerk will
of,
give you a copy of the judgment
the
since you're
sewer
here.
line.
And for
And I
All
said,
American
"It is
Services, you
an
can
issue
obtain
of
a
the
copy of the
sewer
judgment anytime from the clerk's
because
office.
when he dug down
Thank you,
in
Your
the
Honor.
Thank you.
evening, when it was dark, he
And ma'am,
exhibit
the
number